Hello, welcome to another episode of the Disco Cosmic. I am Disco, you are the Cosmic. Let's get going. I woke up out of a dead sleep this evening. Yes, I am in the I am in the Midwest of the United States of America, and I looked at the news, and that's all I'm going to say. Y'all know I'm a disabled person, and I felt called to make a video because that's where my energy is going. What the fuck do we do? We talked about panic. And it's okay to panic. It's okay to feel whatever feelings you are feeling right now. Absolutely. It's why I felt like I needed to come on here and express myself. Let's all get it out. What the fuck are we going to do? You know, we don't need to analyze how we got here and blah, 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 and we're here. We're here. What the fuck are we going to do? So that's what this, I'm just going to do. I'm trying to make it faster than my other ones. A very down and dirty, I'm going to do the Chaldean Order of the planets from fastest to slowest. So we're going to have Saturn hit us right at the end. What the fuck do we do? And that's all it's going to be. It's just a message from each planet in the Chaldean Order that goes from the fastest, so the moon is first, to the slowest, which is Saturn. And also it's a good, you know, I've made a couple videos, but I really am still studying ancient astrology with Elenbaas, and so we only deal with the 17 planets. We only deal with the planets that the ancients could see without a telescope. So I'm still learning just those 17. I'm staying there. I dabble a little, you know. I whisper a little to Neptune. I whisper a little bit to you know, Uranus and Pluto and stuff like that. But in my practice for right now, I'm still forming my personal intimate relationships with the planets, and I wanted to start with the ancients, which is why I'm taking this class. And again, I'd like to thank Adam, because the reason I got to take this class is because I am on disability and I do receive Medicaid and Medicare, and Adam offers a leniency program for people who need financial assistance. So thank you to Adam. This is a wonderful time to do anything to support people you know. And that's, you know, one of the things I wanted to come on and do this, like what can we do? Okay, we're limited in our options, right? That's Saturn's coming in to say it, right? But we can do something. And each planet is going to have some wisdom for us. And that's why you do the Chaldean Order, because ultimately the Earth, and I want to get this right, say this correctly, the Earth, where is it? It's the place of embodiment of all these messages of all these different planets. And I'm also going to be taking a look at where they are right now in the sky as we go through them. And then again, you can take a look at where they are in your natal chart too and see if that resonates more. So we're just going to do it quick, down and dirty. Let's get some of this energy out after what happened tonight. Yes, these are motherfucking pill bottles in my hair. I'm going to shuffle for a little while, do my invocation. And yes, planets, tell us what the fuck to do. Because, you know, I think that's something, and, you know, excuse me if I'm saying something that you already know, but I think one of the big fallacies about Medicare and Medicaid is that we are draining money from everyday taxpayers. And that's something that really, you know, I love to correct, because it's such an easy correction that makes a lot of sense to people. I want you to know how many doctors, surgeons, specialists, tests, labs, everything else has gotten paid out of my skin and every other disabled person's skin, okay? Those doctors still get paid. They're not working for free. We generate economic income. We generate economic stimulus. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. We contribute plenty to the economy. So, and also, that's the big trick, that you're not me. It's time and luck, yes. So solidarity with my pill bottles. Don't worry about it. I have given this economy, I mean, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars at this point. I've been disabled since I was a baby, so don't even worry about that. Let's just focus on what the fuck are we gonna do? How can we help? And what are the, you know, yes, we can rage, we must have courage, we must stand strong, we must start to understand that really what I'm saying is not just some kind of metaphorical, oh, pay attention to disabled people. Disability rights, disability justice is human rights, it's human justice, period. There's no difference. And it's an intersectionality, right? I can't be disabled in black. I can be disabled in white. I can be disabled in whatever else. It's an intersectionality that all humans have to deal with, and that they make you scared of us. And by they, you know who I mean. That they make you scared. That I am your worst fucking nightmare. Planning the end of my life before I'm 50. That's the real joke on that they're trying to pull. And unfortunately, tonight it worked. All right, so let me get off my soapbox. Done with that. But this is where astrology can come in. We're like, I feel so helpless and I feel so fucked up and I'm immune compromised. I can't go outside. I can't go rally. I can't do anything. Let me pull some cards and let me talk to the planets. What the fuck do we do? Let's go. And we're going to start with the moon, the sublunar. Right, moon. Tell us what we got to do. I'm just going to shuffle these once and then keep pulling. So, where is the moon at this time? Let's have a look-see. Oop, coming right out of Libra, going into Scorpio. Ooh, Scorpio moon. You know, the moon gets a little saucy in Scorpio. So, but right now it's still in the bounds of Libra. And how wonderful, we got the Ace of Swords. So we got to start thinking about things differently. It's time to start changing your perspective. That is what the moon is trying to tell you. And how do we change our perspective in a moon way, in a lunar way? By feeling, empathizing, really putting yourself into someone else's shoes. You know, I had someone, you know, there's that saying like, oh, walk a mile in my shoes. You know, a mile isn't that long. If you're not a, you know, or walk, ride, roll, however you ambulate or are mobile, or, you know, lay in bed for a mile in my bed, whatever, a mile is not that long, is my point. And when I talk about having empathy and changing your perspective in that lunar, like what does that water and air combination do, right? It has the intellectual part where I'm accepting that this is how human beings are. I'm accepting that human beings we're just nature. We're just fucked up nature like everything else. And I'm going to change my perspective. And then you bring in that moon, empathy. And I'm going to, not just for a mile, maybe for a while. And not even that I can fully, you know, empathize or understand what it's like to be a disabled person or someone who deals with chronic illness or anything else that this horrible bill covers. But try and do it more for a mile. Do it for every single day for at least 2 hours. Try to think about someone who has a life different than yours. Ace of Swords. Use your imagination and use it in this beautiful lunar emotional way where it almost makes you cry. You know, when you watch movies and you can really relate to the character, even if, you know, you haven't gone through it exactly. That is what the moon is asking you to do with this Ace of Swords. It's time to start thinking about different things and start putting them into your heart emotionally, because that motivates action. And Adam, you know, he is my teacher. I will talk about Adam a lot. He said something about, you know, Jupiter being exalted in this whole time in this month of July, and about a lot of it being about action, you know, about thoughts turning into action, and where do we get the motivation for those actions. So when I was in grad school for psych, we did like an exercise, and you know, if you attach an emotion to a memory, you're more likely to remember it. So even silly things like, you know, oh, I'm gonna put my keys here. If I don't remember where my keys are, I'm gonna be really, really sad. And then you like hook those two things together. Try doing that with humans. Connect in a new way. That's what the moon has for us. Let's see what's next. We got Mercury. How wonderful. The Knight of Cups. Go talk about it. And talk about it lovingly. You know what? Like, yes, rage at the people and the things that need to be raged at. Offer comfort and love. And offer that cup. Offer a soft, warm, you know, hug. Even sending love. Sending it through a text message. Bubble wrap of love, if anyone remembers. Anyone who you might think be affected by what happened today, reach out to them. That is what Mercury's about communication, right? Reach out to them and let them know. They want to hear your words. They want to hear that you care. They want to hear it from your mouth. So that's what Mercury has for us. Talk about it lovingly. Show support to those who need it. Be angry at the ones who need it. Don't get me wrong. Don't ever get me wrong. But make sure your anger isn't taking over. There are people who are truly going to suffer and are suffering right now just because of the fear. It's because of the fear and the hatred. And this is what makes us feel like we're less than human. When shit like this happens, this is a blow. This is like, you might as well just go kill yourself. That's what our government is telling us right now. And so, yes, reach out to us. Reach out to your friends, or other way around. If you need to receive it. But Mercury is saying talk about it, and talk about it lovingly, and show support to the people who are really being affected by what happened today. All right, moving on. We have, our lovely Venus. Oh, beautiful. Venus just moved in Gemini too, which is also ruled by Mercury. So there's a lot of communication. Again, like, we do have to rage, and we do have to have courage, and we do have to stand up in every single way that we can. And here comes Venus reminding us, we got the world. Don't underestimate the ripple. You can do it. Every little tiny act of Venusian kindness, beauty, make some art. This is the opposite of Mars, right? This is the minor benefic. This is, this is Venus, revolution through art, revolution through change, revolution through equality, revolution through peaceful protest, revolution through creativity. Think about things, think about boycotts that have actually worked in the past. They took a long time, okay? They took time. Look, it's even shaped like an hourglass. The world, Venus. Be creative about how. What the fuck are we gonna do? Let's fucking think about it. Let's get creative, and let's be in it for the long haul. Let's find a boycott that works. Let's find something that will stop the world for a minute to take a look at what the fuck is going on. That's what Venus is asking you to do, and do it in a creative way. Maybe stunningly with beauty. Right. Get someone's attention with beauty. Beauty can be just as vicious, and just as, even a little more secretive too. So, Venus has got the world. The world is in your hands. You have all the power. And remember, not only is Taurus ruled by Venus, but Libra is also ruled by Venus. So you have to also think of the justice and the equality that Venus is trying to, the world is in trouble, right? Venus is saying, do whatever you can in any way, shape, or form. Do not underestimate the ripple. Get out there, be creative, make art, make signs, make zines. Just keep the energy flowing in whatever way you can, in whatever artful, beautiful, creative way. And again, I keep thinking of some sort of protest or something, but it's got to stand the test of time. It's got to see it all the way through. So that's Venus for you. We've got the Sun. What does the Sun have for us? Four of Cups. So I think this, this is always the card I call the pouty labelle. And I do kind of feel like, yes, we all do get to have our feelings. And this is a big feeling. What happened today in the United States, big feelings all over the place. We can't let it get us all the way down. And that's what the Sun, what else would the Sun be saying? Hey, look over here. Look at these 3 cups that I'm shining on, right? We're still got power. We still have things that we can rally against. We still have people we can talk to. We still have information to spread. We still have ways to fight. This is not over. This is not over. I also am getting that message very, very clearly from the Sun here. This is not over. This is how we feel right now. Like, oh, fuck us, right? Fuck this. I don't even want to fucking deal with this anymore. It's not over. The Sun is coming in real strong. And the Sun, big, bright, warm, beautiful, keeps this planet alive. It's not over. Don't give up hope. All right, next we got Mars. We got Mars. Let's see what Mars has us to do. The Magician. I feel like this, it's interesting to me because it's the minor malefic, right? And the minor benefic was Venus, which was the world. We got the Magician for Mars. It's almost saying the same thing, but with a little more action, a little more shuz, a little more, use your tools, right? What kind of magic tools, not just magic tools, What kind of everyday tools, what kind of time tools, what kind of tools do you have that you can put out in the world that can keep up the fight? What kind of tools? And what I mean by that is, can you drop off, you know, a meal plan for one of your sick neighbors? Can you offer to take someone's dog for a walk? Can you help someone clean their bathroom who maybe just had surgery? Something like that. And also in larger ways, okay? The magician, start calling your senators, right? Let's get this. Start getting out in the street. The magician, find ways to protest. See, that's what I mean. I really feel like it's echoing Venus, but in just a bigger way. Find ways to protest. Find ways that they don't see coming. Find ways that, you know, are going to take you all the way through. Find ways that are going to actually accomplish the goals that we need to accomplish. That is what Mars is coming in as, you know, the planet of fighting and courage and resilience and standing up for what you believe in. These are all the beautiful things about Mars. And with the magician here, it's all the power. A magician is so powerful. So there is, you know, if we can harness that rage into something that actually pushes against what just happened, let's find it. And the magician says we can. The magician says we have it. You have it. I have it. Let's do it. All right, Jupiter. We're almost to Saturn. Oh, shoot. Oh, Jupiter. All right, here we go. 10 of Swords from Jupiter. Where is Jupiter right now? Oh, it is in Cancer, of course. It is exalted. And we've got the 10 of Swords. Right, Jupiter. I feel like Jupiter is like, I'm out of this one. Like, I tried. I did what I could. I may have blessings that are unrevealed. Unrevealed blessings is a huge thing, right? We may think that Jupiter is sleeping on us right now. That's what I think Jupiter is trying to let us know. We may feel like, Jupiter, where did you go? Where did you go with this and taking all of this away? This is not exalted. This is not abundance. This is death. What is going on? And that's what I think Jupiter is kind of mirroring to us right now. And I do think that, you know, that is how Jupiter works, though. Jupiter is behind the scenes. This is a dark time. This is not where Jupiter is going to shine out. Doesn't mean Jupiter isn't working, and it isn't talking, and it isn't, you know, figuring out other things, and it isn't reacting with other planets. Just taking a look at what else Jupiter is hanging out with right now. But I do think it is saying unrevealed blessings. I have not given up on y'all. But even if it feels like that, and I just need you to hang in there while I regroup. Jupiter. All right. Saturn. Okay, and last but not least, what we've all been waiting for is Saturn. Saturn, what the fuck do we do? We got the 3 of Swords. So Saturn as well as Jupiter, and again, I feel like major benefic, major malefic, they're both kind of echoing each other, right? Jupiter is like, yeah, I'm out. Saturn is like, yeah, this sucks. But I think there's a message here in that we do need to feel our feelings first. All this organization and what the fuck do we do, and we have to act now, and we have to do this, and take a look at timelines. A lot of this stuff doesn't go into effect. Make sure you're knowing when. Make sure that you are grounding yourself and doing whatever it is that you do in order to regulate your emotional systems, your immune systems, everything else. And take this time to grieve. I'm going to be fucking grieving. I'm grieving. I'm going to be grieving. I'm not just grieving for myself. I'm grieving for everyone. All humans. I mean, really, luck and time. Okay? So this is a time of grief. It's okay to feel those feelings. And Saturn, you know, Saturn wants us to feel those hard feelings. Those feelings that Jupiter'd rather opt out of, right? Like, no, thanks. Jupiter's like, no, cry. Be fucking mad. Again, motivation to action. What motivates behavior? Emotion. Emotion is one of the things that can motivate behavior. So a lot of these planets, I feel, are saying that we need to get into our emotions in order to motivate us to action. We need to calm our emotions in order to motivate us to clear thinking, in order for us to know what the fuck to do. And so I think that that's what the major message has been for tonight. Let's just go over it one more time. Moon, Ace of Swords, different perspective. We've got Mercury, right? Knight of Cups. Make sure your friends are okay. Reach out to anyone you think might be affected by what happened today. Make sure they're okay. We're freaked the fuck out. We're scared for our lives. Venus, we got the world. Get creative. We can save the world with beauty. We can save the world with art. Although I had a philosophy professor, I tried to write a paper about that once in aesthetics, and he was like, yeah, Sarah, but who would make the fish hooks? Good point. But it does not mean that art is not powerful. And that's what I feel like Venus is coming through with the world. Art is powerful. Get out there and make shit, saying what you need to say, and also for your own spirit and your own flow and your own ability to be able to get through this time. Sun coming up with the 4 cups. Yeah, feel your feelings. Yeah, this is fucked up. It's okay. But illuminating, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. That's what the sun is saying. Mars, we had the Magician. Right. We have all the tools. We need to get, again, echoing Venus, but in maybe a more aggressive way, maybe in more, you know, if we're going to boycott something, or figuring out, you know, a way that is going to affect what is going on in a very real way and has the stamina and lasting power to do it. And Jupiter, we had the 10 of Swords, right? Jupiter is like, you know, I know it feels like I'm kind of sitting this one out, but I'm just rethinking. This is what I feel from Jupiter. Jupiter's like, just hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, let me tap into my meds here. Hold on, let me take a time out. This got way out of control, but I'll be right fucking back. And I'm already working on it, even if it doesn't feel it. That's what I feel from Jupiter. And then the 3 of Cups from Saturn. Fucking feel your feels, grieve. I mean, really, I will be crying all night tonight. So I just wanted to hop on here because I have energy that I needed to get out. And, you know, as a person who is, I'm currently in the process of setting up in-home hospice care. That is directly what is being attacked in Wisconsin right now. So, you know, I appreciate everyone who has listened to this episode, this quick down and dirty one. It has helped me. I needed to say something about it. I needed to call on the planets, and remembering that the earth is the place of embodiment. So with all of those little, you know, nuggets of wisdom, we were just petitioning the planets. We were just asking the planets, what the fuck do we need to do? We need to calm our emotions. We need to have a plan. We need to know how powerful we are, and we need to support the people who need support while raging against the people who need to be raged against. So thank you very much. I'm Disco. You're the Cosmic. Disco out.